teach you how to dance.
No, we're recording.
Okay.
So, you've just switched trolls.
Yep.
How long do you reckon you'll be with trolls for?
I guess 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah. Like the first time it was the tournament last. Like we were at, we were there together.
Who won the tournament in the end?
Me.
You won the tournament?
Yeah.
Oh,
But I got pretty lucky.
just casual.
No, I got really lucky. Like I should lost my second game with I was playing Crusaders of Sul, Team Force, and then like Mulk failed to kill Fire Observation. that was pretty bad for me. And then Gravus with 3 sword tokens up failed to kill Tunis. So that was like that turned the tide, and then I just casually just one-shotted Krios to the face, and that's
Just one shot that bitch.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling with trolls compared to, because you've just come off Crix?
It's pretty hard. Like I was like 2 weeks ago, I was playing with Bristol One, and she's really nice. I like Carol was playing all the time, and my brother was playing her all the time, so I knew all the tricks, and I really like the feet and all those out of activation movements, and I think that's pretty nice. But still, like I was playing Prevail twice, like once with Jar and second time with Gristle One, and I feel like she doesn't have the threat range to like Carl was always complaining about that his threat range is like 9 inches, and he can't even try to outwit Veil 2 or Veil 1, and I felt the same. Like if Tomek made a mistake and he forgot about the Burrowers, and he moved his Skyfian a little bit too far, and like with my feet up and with Calamity on the Skyfian, I managed to kill him with Burrowers, and like that turned the game. Like otherwise, we were playing Incursion as well. He would just kill some of my stuff and keep out of my threat range. And if he finally would go in, like I would go to some like 2 Winter Trolls and 1 Fire Trolls left.
So, so after coming off Crix, why trolls?
To be honest, like I'm really fed up with Crix. I feel like at the moment, we have like PP is trying, like for years we didn't have anything good for Crix, like competitive level. Like Kosher 3 is like the most fun caster.
So the releases were really bland and not really increasing Crix's power level.
They are releasing, but they are in the books, not in the shops. The models are still not there. Like Sepulchre, he's a game changer. Inflictor is a game changer. Den 3, I guess, is game changer. At the moment, I don't have the money to buy her, but I wrote pretty sweet list with her. And like the problem is that everyone is getting more and more things to counter the infantry, and that's the power of Crix. Like infantry that can hit like a brick, shoot like a brick, and like all those new colossi and all the new releases, like just munch infantry. And like when I'm playing with Crix at the tournaments, I feel like I have to dodge all those matchups, so just be better than my opponent, like much better, in order to win.
Yeah.
And like white trolls, like Carol is playing trolls, and I have trolls like at home, and I just can get them and play the whole painted army, and that's why.
So just because you had a whole painted army.
Yeah. Like that's my brother's models.
And where do you feel trolls are at as like worldwide meta?
Like they are losing to Piscar. I'm playing Piscar. Like I am playing Piscar. Like, I played it for 1 year just for the WTC, and we are trying hard to make a list against Piscar, and we always fell short. Like every time we were playing, I was winning with Piscar. I lost once.
What type of Piscar?
Like,
is it the 30 Bane Knights?
No, like that list is shitty. To be honest, like what's the problem to kill 30 Bane Knights and 30 Mechanic Trolls that have like 1 threat range, and all you have to kill is 2 Necrosurgeons to just be able to minimize the threat ranges to 10 inches, because that list didn't have Tartaros as far as I know, as I remember. Like Tartaros was usually at the Epic Reach. That's the best.
So you're looking at you saw Trent Dennison's list
like
from our team.
Yeah, actually Trent Dennison list is pretty similar to Orkish list. Like we had this Piscar list for 5 years in Poland. Like my list was pretty like almost the same as Trent Dennison. Like I got Death Reaper Helldiver instead of Conquerworm.
Mm.
I got second set of Necrosurgeon, and for 3 points Maybe that's it. Like he's playing small soul hunters.
Yeah, mean soul hunters.
These are all the changes. And like Orkish, like the guy who he was playing Quicks and he won the WCC, then came second. He's playing only Piscar, and that's the list. Like he worked out for years. Like he was only playing Piscar. Like he is with Piscar, he's winning everything, and with anything else, he's losing. Like he won the Polish championship only because like there was it was divide conquer 1, and we were supposed to play 6 matches, and then like the guy who was paired down at the end lost to Tomek, and it was 5 instead of 6 matches, and for sure he would lose with Scavarus in the last game.
He had Scavarus and Piscar.
Like, it doesn't matter what does he have. He used to play with Epic Leech, and he lost once even to Venetrax at some tournament.
Okay, cool. And coming off the WTC, like what were you surprised about at this year's WTC? Was were you surprised at the level of competition compared to the year before?
Like when the lists were released, I was surprised by the monotony.
By who, sorry?
The monotony. All the lists were the same.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, and I feel like that's pretty stagnant for the War Machine.
Do you think that because everyone was playing Denny 2 Body and Soul, and everyone was playing Haley 2, including myself?
No, I feel like that's all those podcasts and videos and the stuff that people are putting up on the internet, like it's really good for the community as a whole, in my opinion, as like it makes people want to play, it makes War Machine more popular and all the stuff, but on the other hand, I think it somehow limits the creativity of people, because like before the podcast era, like I'm playing for like 4 or 5 years, so that's not long, but everyone, I think like everyone was playing his own list, and now you can just check it out on Discord Games. You want to play with the Negro 1, okay, you have 30 lists of the Negro 1, and you can just pick one that suits you, and to be honest, like most of them are like this Trent Dennis on the Negro 1 list.
But that was, I think, that Trent Dennis and Denegro on list was according to Oz Machine. Like, I think that's what really changed that, because Trent, he's an influential character in the community.
Yeah, I mean, like, I love to listen to Oz Machine, and I really like to listen to them because they made me feel like playing some more Machine. But like in Poland, you have a saying that every stick has 2 ends. So on one hand, it's really good to War Machine as a whole, as a game, but on the second side, like everyone is started playing the same. Like you have some refined list. Like I have no idea why my pirate Negro 1 Pirates list isn't played at all.
What's in your Denegro 1 Pirates list?
It's more. It's like two Archnos with the one who bites, Carlock, twice Press Gangers, with a small unit of the boarding party. No, they called some. The shooty guys, the pirates, shooty pirates.
The living shooty pirates?
Yeah, with 3 riflemen, walls, 2 sets of mechanicals and Necrosurgeon, with a Shadow Combine, Hawk, Dugar, Rock Bottom, now Orc Midwinter. I'm really fond of him, and that's all right. And that list is powerhouse.
Yeah. And all I saw was copies of Trent's list, except people were putting what's the name? Crow's Cutthroats in there for the Circle and Legion matchup for Denegro 1, which I'm not as big a fan of. I think it weakens you in a lot of other matchups, but it's still good.
I think like when we are playing against the WC, I feel like we have like everyone at my team, and I guess at the second team as well, had his own list, and that was like one of the main strengths of the Polish team. Like I was playing against lists that I'm familiar with. I've played 3 times against, or two times against the EE, and I was playing like 10 times before the WC against EE, and they were playing against lists that they are not familiar with at all. Like in Poland, like everyone is started to playing. Like for example, everyone is starting to play Circle. Everyone is trying to play Mossar because nobody plays him, and he looks really good on the paper. And I will be the guy who will master the Mossar and bring him to the competitive level. And then everyone is forfeiting it, like after some time. Like that's normal. But I guess like one of our like the Polish strength at the War Machine is that we try to be we try to have our own lists
Yeah.
that we made up, not somebody else.
How do you feel about War Machine generally at the moment? Where do you think the game is at?
I feel like it's like in Warsaw, like in Poland, it's blooming. I know like in the other places, the Killball is now taking its toll, I guess. Like there's a lot of less content from the States, from Australia, and from the Western countries.
Do you think that's just the older podcasts becoming a bit more stale?
Maybe. Like I don't know if I would be able to talk about the War Machine for 60 episodes of 1.5 hours.
Yeah.
Like when we are going with the car to tournaments to other cities, like we are talking non-stop with the War Machine, and like you can be bored with it. But like if you have like some regime that's one every week, you have to sit there and talk about it. I don't know if I would be able to talk about it.
But how do you feel as the game is in Europe?
I think it's pretty balanced, like as a balanced standpoint, and I think they are trying to get back from infantry machine to maybe not colossal machine, but to they try to make people use all those beasts and jacks. Like they're still failing short with jacks, I guess.
Yeah.
The colossal are too strong in comparison to jacks, but with the beast now the Gober chef, I think he changed a lot in horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he swings the tide for pigs, in my opinion. Like I'm a pig player, and I think in Lidl he's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Maybe not in Trolls. I don't know if in Trolls he's good enough. Like you need to have like if they had like a pig unit that's made for close combat only, maybe. But I think it opens a lot.
Well, with Burrows, they're like the best version of that because the Goblet Chef can
They are too good. In my opinion, they are too good to just sacrifice them for Fury.
Yeah, no, that's fair. So how do you feel about Signar coming from Chris into Trolls?
I think that now it seems pretty balanced as I'm playing Trolls. No, it's much easier. You still have to think about the assassination, but I guess it's a lot easier to assassinate the Negra than Shaper. The Mulk is just a beast. Like the fact, like the thing that you have to take into consideration the protective feat is massive.
Do you think Mulk's the best beast in the game? Or do you think it's Mulk Khan?
No. I think that Molikaran is faster right now.
It's passe.
Yeah, it is. I don't really know. In Trolls, definitely yes.
Yeah.
But then you have Stalker. Stalker is just a crazy beast.
Do you think the utility of the Stalker just pimps?
Yeah, like you don't have like rarely you have any reason to field somebody else than Stalker. Like you got Sprint, Pathfinder, Witch. What? Why to take any other beast?
Yeah, true.
Like, Getorix is like I love my pure bloods, and like I'm playing like I got one Epicure list and I'm playing two pure bloods there. But like Mulk would be the best piece in the game if it wouldn't be character model.
Can you give me a Polish phrase?
By phrase you mean?
Like a saying or a word, or like a small sentence, like "What's up, bitches?"
But in Poland, we say what's up, bitches as well. No, we like Polish people swear a lot, like a lot.
Yeah.
I think that
every second, and kurwa is fuck.
Yeah. That's the most important lesson.
One of my favorite ones is chipa.
Chipa. In fact, like when chipa is a cunt and ruchacz is to fuck, and actually in Hungarian, the first shop I saw when I crossed the border was rucha chipa, and it means the clothes and the shoes and the boots.
I like spidalai as well.
Yeah.
Just for generally fuck off.
Yeah, and this pierdalaj has also some other like I once heard like skurwalaj. That's kurwa and pierdalaj joined together in one word.